Hello and welcome to the history of movie theaters in Sioux City and Siouxland for 1888 to 1929. (1888) The Peavey Grand Opera House opened on September 24th. 1904. The Peavey Grand Opera House became the new Grand on September 18th. 1906. The Unique Theater opened on September 1st. The Family Theater opened or placed its first ad on September 23rd. The Lyric Theater opened on October 1st. 1907. The Lyric Theater became the Orpheum Theater on September 18th. The Scenic Theater opened on October 20th. 1908. The Olympic Theater placed its first ad on October 27th. 1909. These theaters closed in 1909. 1911. The Colonial Theater opened on February 4th. The Majestic Theater opened in February. 1912. The Isis Theater opened on March 9th. 1913. The Star Theater opened on March 2nd. The Royal Theater opened on December 24th. 1914. The Eno Theater opened on January 7th. The National Theater opened on May 30th. The Princess Theater opened on September 17th. The Hip Theater placed its first ad on October 15th. The Majestic and Scenic Theaters closed. 1915. The Lyric Theater opened or placed its first ad on March 24th. The Park Theater placed its first ad on April 2nd. The Eno Theater is reopened as the Palace Theater on May 30th. The Strand Theater opened on November 20th. The National Theater closed. 1916. The Model Theater opened on April 22nd. The USA Theater placed its first ad on April 22nd and its last ad on May 30th. The Plaza Theater opened on May 18th. The Olympic Theater closes. 1917. The Sun Theater opened on February 11th. The Colonial Theater closed. (1918) The old Isis Theater became the second Orpheum Theater on March 11th. The Orpheum Theater on 5th Street became the Gaiety Theater on April 14th. The Lyric Theater closed. 1919. The Grand Theater closes. 1920. The Gaiety Theater became the Rivoli Theater on October 17th. The Palace Theater closed. 1921. The Rialto Theater reopens on July 10th. The Garden Theater opened. The Sun Theater closed. 1922. The Rialto Theater became the Sioux Theater on May 21st. The new Rialto Theater opened on May 21st. 1923. The Scenic Theater closed. 1924. The Sioux Theater is closed on July 25th for enlargement. The Model Theater is reopened as the World Theater on August 31st. 1925. The Rialto Theater closed on January 1st after a fire. The Tivoli Theater opened on February 2nd. The former Sioux Theater is reopened as Rialto again on August 1st. The Garden Theater closed. (1927). The second Orpheum Theater closed in August. The new Orpheum Theater opened on December 19th as the largest movie palace in Sioux City. The Capitol Theater opened on December 25th. These theaters closed in 1927. 1928. The Royal Theater closed in October. 1929. The Iowa Theater opened on November 28th. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more.